All right, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be making, and then we'll jump right in from scratch. All right, so that is actually 2 instances of Avenger, and I plan on doing a second video to cover the spectral piano, which is forming the chords. And in this video, we're going to concentrate just on the Quantize patch that I've got on the higher end of the frequency spectrum. All right, it's fairly simple, but the cool thing about this is it's going to be different every time, or different within the constraints of, a certain key, a certain scale, and so on. The best way to do it is just to go ahead and initialize the patch. So I'm going to come in here to the factory content. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to just from here come into the samples, piano, cinematic piano. All right. In terms of MIDI, I've just got one MIDI note here on A3 because the track is in A minor. You can see that down here. And then over here, I've just got it happening a little bit. And then over here, it's happening a little less. And then over here, it's just the one note again. So that's all going to come into play later. But for right now, this is all we have. So what we want to do is turn on the quantize feature. Now, if you can't see it, you might see this. You want to jump over to the quantize and then turn it on. And then if I play that and mess with the pitch full parameter, you'll see that it will change. But right now it's on C only. So what I want to do is actually come into minor. So you'll hear it cycling through those pitches, but it's only going to do that when it's triggered. So I'm just touching or hitting the key on my keyboard, and that is moving up and down. So what we want to do, first of all, is modulate this pitch to move it up and down so we don't have to tweak that parameter ourselves. So we're just going to use an LFO to do it. Click and drag and drop it there. Pull it up, and you can see it happening. Now we can click right here and actually choose random, which will give us just a random value. Because I'm using chords with this patch, I want it to stay up the register. So I'm just going to take the offset and move it above the midline. And that should just reduce the chances of it really dropping down. I can also pull it up over here as well if I want to go really high. Let's just leave it there for now. So now it's back to the trigger, right? If I had a MIDI sequence, or if I wanted to play on my keyboard, then I could do it that way. But instead, I'm just going to turn the trigger on here and use the ARP notes as the trigger. If I jump into the ARP and turn ARP on the oscillator, we're starting to get somewhere. Now, the way I have it is I want to kind of have a few notes and then leave some empty space because, again, we're going to be with the chords. So that's how long it is right now. If we wanted to, well, I don't even remember what I had before. Let's just leave it there for now. You know what? Okay, so you can hear it. There's a lot of repeating notes, and that's because the rate is too slow. So if I speed it up, we'll get essentially each note will probably be different, but because of the random functionality of this, we never really know what's going to happen. But there we go. I mean, that's essentially the setup. Now all we need to do is make it sound cool. I'm just gonna roll down the cutoff there and use one of the new effects called Quantum FX, which is like a multi-tap delay line. And some of the presets inside here are absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna show you a couple. So let's just stick with that one. I'm also going to use the new RutaVerb, which has really huge reverbs, and I'm just going to come in and go to Cathedral. That sounds pretty cool. Let's see what it sounds like with the chords we have. Yeah, so it's definitely needs to be a longer pattern. So what am I at right now? 16. So we're gonna go to 32, and I can get rid of this, and we can start to mess with the pattern again. I only want a few notes. I'm also gonna drop this back down to the starting position. And by the way, if you're looking for the parameter or the actual value that we're getting, you can see it down here in the, so you see it's at 0 there. It'll just tell you no matter what parameter you're on, the actual number value down here. I mean, that's pretty much it. I think I will have even more subdued with the filter, but that's all you need to do. And now it's just going to give you something random and new, but in the key of your track every time it goes through. And if we just play what we had before, remember, it's going to be different than what I played you in the beginning because of the nature of the randomness, but it should sound absolutely fantastic.